Run, Jane, run!
Oh, God.
It is the first American-produced visual novel.
He came up to me and asked if I'd be interested in doing a video game, and I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. We were just like Ed Wood, on the run, let's go do it, quick.
It only became this weird cult classic through the sort of YouTube zeitgeist.
I didn't think it was going to make a very good episode, but I tried anyway.
Technologically, it's rather anemic.
I mean, look at it. Either people love it,
I'm giving it too much credit.
or they hate it,
It is a grease fire.
or they think it's funny.
This game sort of has a legacy that's very special and one of a kind.
I think you'll love it.
Hello and happy Wednesday. Welcome to Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, Definitive Edition. Hello, Shih Tzu, John. This game is available now on the Xbox Store for the price of $19.99. It was hidden. I didn't see it. Let's check out Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, Definitive Edition. Hello, Mr. Cadillac.
Hi, my name is Jane.
Hi, Jane.
We might have met before, but you're about to rediscover a lot more about me. Maybe even more than you bargained for. This whole thing is like a brand new Corvette, still riding along the information superhighway. You put your strong, muscular hands around that controller and make me excited like it's happy feedback, haptic feedback. And I promise to do everything your little heart desires, but only if you check out all the new features and special contents. Just imagine you can watch me kick my sleazeball boss's ass, all in the new Plumber Vision. But if you make the wrong move, you could turn me into a nun yet again. Imagine that, me, a nun? No way. Really, it's all up to you. Who knows what you'll do with that little hot pad of yours? It's got way more buttons than the last time we met. I like a man who knows how to push the right buttons. Point is, life's a game, and this game is all about life. You do right by me, and I guarantee to do right by... Oh, whoa! What the hell are you doing? We're not gonna do this again. You are a sleazebag, and this is not the 90s. Do you think I'm stupid that I don't know what you're... Welcome back to Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. Now let me remaster your face.
What is even going on in this game? Hello, Nighttime. There are 21 achievements for the 1,000 gamer score. Whoa. I don't like Cadillac stepping on my tie. 2, 81, 22, 36, 38, 3, 71, 17, 52, 4, 9, 46, 69. We're going to favorite that one. 113, 1, 39, 37, 11, 170, 107, 199. Make the cat bark. I'm going to favorite that one. That's funny. It's okay, Nighttime. I can understand why. Limited Run Games would like to thank the following for their contribution and support. Oh, spoiler.
Plumbers Don't Wear Ties returning is an example of how YouTube culture and memes can manifest themselves into a real thing.
I think the most common question when seeing that Plumbers Don't Wear Ties is coming back is why? Why on earth?
Like, to me, that's almost more enjoyable than getting to release this project. Just
we
knowing
were
that
just
there
starting.
are people out there thinking, why are they wasting their time doing this?
If you're just purely happy that Plumbers Don't Wear Ties is coming back, I think we need to have a conversation, because you shouldn't just feel happy. You should have questions, and you should be asking those questions. I ask myself questions every day while I'm working on this project, and I will for the rest of my life.
I think the project is very interesting from this perspective of who else would bother remastering the worst game of all time to the level that we are trying to remaster it, in terms of adding all these extras and these exclusives and these, bonus features.
One of my favorite things about limited run games is that it seems that they have this ability to bring back things that shouldn't exist. And I don't mean that in a bad way.
Somebody somewhere thought, like, what is the silliest game we could ever think of, like, releasing on modern platforms? And for the longest time, that was probably Night Trap. And, like, what's even sillier than Night Trap is Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, because, it's like, that is, like, really hitting the bottom of the barrel.
There's no cash grab in Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. This is actually one of the hardest jobs we could possibly give ourselves, because we now have to give you a reason to buy the worst game ever made.
I've
The
never
whole
played
time I'm
this.
thinking to myself, are we really putting this out? Like, who is asking for this?
I think it's really important to kind of recontextualize games that maybe culturally up until this point have only been the butt of a joke. Like, everyone knows Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, but does anyone actually know Plumbers Don't Wear Ties?
How many people really know the bad games or have had a chance to play them? And I feel like, from a historical perspective, somebody needs to be making these historically bad games accessible again, so people can satisfy that curiosity that they have in understanding why these games are so bad.
That's why I really like to see projects like these, is to sort of recontextualize things and put them in a different space than just, haha, this is stupid.
It's funny, it's weird. There's a lot of bad stuff in it, though. There's stuff that hasn't aged very well, and I think people can learn a lot from sort of the bad that is in there, and just making sure that they don't try to replicate it.
I mean, that's why I support publishing it. We're making this game readily available again. And I think we should, because it's important. Remember the bad parts of your history. Just remember them in context. And I think this is a good context to engage this game.
When you go to a museum, not everything there would have been considered high art at the time of its release. We understand this, and Plumbers is certainly not high art, but it's a part of our culture, right? And it represents something that was really unusual for the console space.
Anything that brings us closer to all video games of all history being available, I think is a very noble effort, even when it results in the release of the worst video games.
There's a strong argument for the preservation of the worst games ever made being just as important as the best games ever made. Sometimes those interesting experimental efforts are more interesting to look back on than something that was, just really good and, hit the ball out of the park right away. The kind of noble, ambitious failures are as interesting to look back on as the successes. Those games, they can contextualize and tell you a slice of life of when these games came out and what the industry was like when they came out.
Being able to actually look back at it and understand, like, kind of what they were doing, what our market was like at the time, why does this exist? When you're looking at this as a complete sort of time capsule, I think it becomes a lot more compelling.
I hope that what we're doing with this game can contribute to what its final legacy will be.
I think, like myself, there is a subset of people that find this era of video game history, like, just fascinating. I gather that those people are the ones that are actually like, okay, I'm
kind of curious to see like what the heck are they going to do with this thing.
You know, most people I think kind of got it, and this made me very happy for the reasons of like game preservation that come to a place where people kind of were like, yeah, this is awesome. It's not just about having, you know, these greatest 8-bit games put in a compilation. It's not just about that anymore.
I think the time is ripe for games like this to be reevaluated, and specifically this one, because it is so unusual for, you know, in terms of its content and its structure.
I'm kind of hoping it inspires people to make games that are just as wacky and zany as this. Hopefully not still images, but, you know, get the vibe that this game kind of emits and see if they can try to replicate it with something that they want to make.
So I want to say thank you for supporting an effort to remaster a game that nobody would have ever expected to get a remaster. And your support of projects like these will enable us to do more things like this in the future and remaster more games that are unexpected, forgotten, but historically significant to some level. You know, games that other people might not touch because they're bad, or they're not, you know, games that have this huge, wide amount of appeal. And I really appreciate people who will support endeavors like that.
Hi, my name is Jane. We hardly know each other, but that's about to change. You're going to get to know a lot about me, maybe even more than you imagine. This whole thing's kind of like a blind date. I mean, here we are in your brand new Corvette, riding along the super information highway. Put your big, muscular arm around me and whisper sweet things in my ear. And I promise to do whatever your little heart desires, but only if you make the right moves. Just imagine watching me get propositioned by my sleazeball boss. Why, you could even make me strip for him. But if you make the wrong moves, you could turn me into a nun. Imagine that. Me? A nun? Ha! I don't think so. But it's really all up to you. God knows what you'll do with that hot little mouse of yours. Point is, life's a game, and this game is full of life. You do right by me, and I guarantee I'll do right by you. But please, please don't turn me into a nun. I'm not that kind of girl. I've got a reputation. Around town, I'm known as Microwave Jane because they say I heat up faster than any micro. And when the fire chief visited, he wrote up a new code and made me wear a smoke alarm between my thighs. And then the Coast Guard complained that I was creating tsunamis in my waterbed. And then the Pope visited and said I was the only person on Earth that had been on my knees more times than he had. Now the president's filed a restraining order claiming I have a romantic interest in the Washington
I have no
Monument.
clue either.
Oh, you men can be so vicious. Look at me. Just look at me. Do I look like that type of girl? Well, if you think I'm that type of girl, you got another thing coming, mister. Because I don't do one-night stands, I don't date musicians, and I don't roll over just because you bought in this game. Fair warning. I'll be resisting your every move and enjoying your every mistake. I trust it won't be the first time you made mistakes with the opposite sex. Now listen up, the rules of the game are real simple. You see, I meet this guy in the parking lot. Now you are supposed to identify with this guy. I mean, you in your own perverse, simple-minded way are supposed to be him. Got it? Now if you make the right moves, I end up with this schlep. That is, I end up with you. But if you get real lucky, you end up saving me from the bad guy. You become my hero. And as a hero's reward, guess what? You get to take me home and have your own degenerate little way with me. Of course, if you make the wrong move, you may just end up playing with your little mouse the rest of the night. It's all up to you. Are you game? Then come with me and you'll soon discover why plumbers never wear ties when I'm around.
The audio and video quality is very, yeah. Alright, what can I do? Does my mouse even work? Mouse does not work.
Don't keep me in suspense. Give me the full story.
Whoa, deja vu. I've seen this already.
Don't keep me in suspense.
bad pictures. Triple X. So we're at a racetrack? Because that car really belongs. Girl at racetrack? I don't know what it is nighttime. Maybe that's the plumber?
Yeah, it's me. Leave your message at the beep and I'll come back to you.
It's your mother. Now get your ass out of bed. I know you're there, John. John? I said get up, John. John, if you don't pick up this phone, I'll be in your face in 5 minutes.
Yeah, Ma.
What are you wearing today?
My birthday suit.
Very funny. I want you to wear that nice tie I bought for you.
The polka dot tie? Get out of here. That sucks.
What did you say?
It's seersucker. I hate seersucker.
Polka dots are not seersucker. Just wear it. It'll make a good impression.
On who? The rats? Ma, I'm a plumber. Remember?
Just do it for your mother.
Ma.
John.
Yeah, okay. Okay, whatever you
now,
want.
Now, what have you done with Amy?
I got her boiling in garlic oil.
Don't get smart with me. Why haven't you asked her out?
Ma, I think it's pretty obvious.
What did you say?
I said she's pretty, but it's obvious I haven't had time.
Well, you better make time, mister. You two are perfect together. She'll make a nice little homemaker. Mark my words, it's a match made in heaven.
I think I'll wait till I get there.
Stop smart-mouthing with me, young man. Why is it I haven't seen you with any woman? Why is that, John? Don't you like women anymore? John, are you gay?
No, Ma. I'm not gay.
Thank heaven. Then what is it with you? Why haven't I met any of your girlfriends?
None are right for you, Ma.
You mean of all the women out there, you can't find even one to marry?
One's easy. I was going to marry 3 at the same time. Cheaper in the long run. Figure at least one will last me a lifetime. It's like the warranty they give you when you buy a water faucet.
Cut the crap and listen to me. It's time you got married. You need children. I need grandchildren. I need my only child to bear fruit. And in my lifetime, don't you love your mother?
Ma, just drop it, okay?
No, I won't. Amy's perfect for you. Poor thing's just waiting for you, John.
She's not my type.
And what is your type? Some biker slut? You hate me, don't you? You hate my guts. Well, don't you? Go on, admit
Don't you?
It's just...
I'm sick and tired of your excuses. Now I'm having Amy over for dinner tonight, and I want you there.
Well, I'm busy.
You be there at 6 sharp, mister.
Ma, you're making me late for work. Love you.
You
Bye.
hear me, John? I said 6 sharp.
Bye.
I'm expecting you.
Bye, Felicia. Hello, puppers.
Hello?
Jane? Jane? You there, Jane?
Hello, Daddy.
Where are you, Jane?
You called me, Daddy. Don't you know where I'm at?
How the hell am I supposed to know that? Now, where the hell are you?
I'm home, Daddy.
What the hell are you doing home?
Earth to Daddy. Come in, please.
Why the hell aren't you married yet, Jane? In that last scene, that bitch of a mother told her son to have kids. Now I'm telling you, I want some too. Your clock's a ticking. Now why the hell haven't you been productive?
I haven't had time, Daddy.
For Christ's sake, girl, how long does it take these days? You ain't that busy. Now damn it, Jane, you get on the stick and make some babies for your poor old father before he dies. Honey, why don't you come down and lodge with me Friday night?
The Lodge? Those guys are all geeks and dorks.
Yeah, well, maybe they're geeks and dorks, but they can make babies in less time than it takes you to put on shoes.
That's just the problem. Daddy, I gotta get to my new job.
New job? What happened to the last one?
Oh, all the guys kept hitting on me.
What? Did you hit him back? You should have hit him back. Who the hell were they? No one hit my daughter.
It's okay, Daddy, it's okay. It didn't hurt. Love you. Have a nice day, Daddy-o.
Wait till I get my hands on him. I'll kill him.
Okay. Hopefully he put some clothes on. Meow. Whoa. Alright, so they're both getting out of the shower. Close your eyes. So this game's basically a slideshow. Go, go, Johnny, be good. I haven't been able to do anything yet. So how does a plumber on a bike carry tools? That's what I want to know. Oh, it looks like she's shaving her leg there. A maverick. Nice bike. How you doing? Nice ride. How you doing?
Whoa! It's 8 o'clock and I'm seeing a 10. What I wouldn't give to do her plumbing.
Wow.
Whoa, I'd call that better living through chemistry. This is Harry Armis. Welcome aboard. Please extinguish all smoking materials during this story, because it's going to get hot enough as it is. And fasten your seatbelts, because I'm about to turn this story over to you. Your assignment, should you accept it, is to get these two lovebirds together. You know how difficult it is in real life. One wrong move, and you're sitting home on a Saturday night. One wrong move here, and the consequences for these lovers could be dire and unexpected. Fair warning, sport. Go ahead, make their day, and your choice. But you better make it damn good. Remember, we're keeping score.
Hello, No Pulse.
So, who do you want to make the first move? If you want John to do it, hit A now.
Jane.
So,
Hi, my name's John. I'd like to make you, meet you.
At least he speaks his mind. Hi, I'm Jane. God, he's cute. Great smile.
Jane? John and Jane. Corny. I guess I could change my name to Tarzan.
You know what? I really have to go, but it's nice meeting you, John.
Wait. What are you doing later? For lunch? Can I buy you lunch?
I can't seem too eager. Let's see how he handles rejection. I don't think so.
Wait. How about dinner? A weekend in Paris? 5 minutes of conversation. I promise I'll be good.
Hey, sport. Harry again. John made the first move just like you wanted him to, and look what happened. She's slipping from his grasp. We know she'd like to meet him. She knows she'd like to meet him. But does John know she'd like to meet him? What's a guy to do? It's up to you, sport.
John throws caution to the wind and pursues Jane.
do girls actually like guys who are really aggressive?
John throws caution to the wind and pursues Jane. Be careful!
I can't let this beauty slip through my fingers.
Almost looks like California plates.
Flowers and leather? This guy's different. Interesting.
To the most beautiful woman I've ever met.
You're a charmer. Thank you. They're beautiful.
No, you're beautiful. Come on, just lunch, please.
You know what? I'd love to, but today's my first day on the job, and I don't even know when my lunch break is.
She's weakening. Flowers are magic. Simple, I'll just wait for you. Here in the parking lot.
You're crazy.
About you?
Creepy.
Yes. Just give me a chance, please.
He's persistent. I like that. Great looking bod, too. Give me your work number, and I'll call you about lunch.
Today's not a good day.
Why? What do you do?
Uh-oh, she's trolling for financial data already. Damn, I know, I'll just lie. I'm a rep, yeah, a representative.
Oh, an account rep. My new boss is some kind of an account rep. Maybe you know him, Mark Thresher?
Oh, yeah, Mark. Mark Thresher, sure, he rings a bell. I probably had a drink with him at one of the exclusive account rep clubs around here.
Oh my goodness, maybe you two work in the same office. Wouldn't that be something?
Oh, no, different offices.
How do you know?
Well, you see, I'm an independent. I work my own account rep territory. I got my own office.
Your own office? You must be very successful.
Oh, I do all right.
I'm really late. I'll tell you what. Why don't you give me your home number and I'll call you there, okay?
Oh, yeah, that would be better. You know, today's a killer. I got meetings scheduled every hour. Lots of clients. Big clients. You know, big deals today. Lots of big deals.
In over his head.
Tonight, call me tonight.
Okay, I'll call you tonight.
When?
How about 8?
You're perfect. I mean, perfect timing.
Now, please, I gotta go.
I'll be waiting for your call. I won't eat till I hear from you. You won't let me starve to death, will you? I'm too young to die. What a smile. What a bod. She's perfect. We're perfect together. I know we are.
I didn't know this was a dating game.
I gotta go check my horoscope. What if she doesn't call? What if she loses the number? I'll never see her again. I know. I'll put my number on her windshield, just in case. God, what if it blows away? What if someone takes it? Damn. Now I'm late for work.
This guy's got too many what ifs.
This is too important. I'll call in lovesick. I just can't lose her.
Call into work lovesick.
Your qualifications are outstanding. Your recommendations superb. And yes, I know I promised you a job, but what happened was completely out of my control. Your position was canceled just an hour ago.
Hello, GoldenEye.
I'm sure you'll find another job soon.
But Mr. Thresher, I came all the way from El Monte. I was looking forward to this job so much.
El Monte. It is
And
California.
I love downtown LA. I mean, I don't like the muggers or the dirt or the slums only 2 blocks away or the trash or the homeless or the poverty or the crime or the potholes or every other person asking for a handout, but I really do love LA.
There. Please, call me Mark.
Oh, God, this is the most humiliating experience of my entire life.
Oh, don't worry, Jane. If you're looking for work, you'll have lots of humiliating experiences.
Oh, but isn't there something here for me? I know, I'll start in the mailroom. I'll empty trash. Can I clean up offices? I'll even make coffee. I can work my way up the organization. I just need someone to give me a chance, please. Mr. Thresher, I don't have a lot of money. I was counting on this job, praying for this. Oh, God, Mark, I'm desperate.
Life isn't that harsh.
Poor Jane. She got turned away.
Note, you must be 18 or over to take a look at this decision. Life isn't that harsh. Give Jane something to hope for.
Poor Jane. She got turned away.
Note, you must be 18 or over to take a look at this decision.
You know, perhaps something can be worked out after all.
Yes?
Take your clothes off, Jane.
beg your pardon?
You know, we get at least 200 qualified applicants for every position here. It's those people who do that little extra thing. They're the ones who get ahead.
Take my clothes off? You can't be serious.
I'm not whistling Dixie, Jane. Now, if you're serious about this job, you'll follow my first directive and remove your clothing.
Here? Now?
Read my lips.
No one told me about this part of the interview. I remember when I was just a little girl and I got lost in the park and I felt so alone. I couldn't find my daddy. He was nowhere around. No one was around. I just sat down and bawled my little head off until...
Take your damn clothes off!
Wow.
Now see how your sick curiosity led Jane into this mess? What kind of perverted monster are you?
Jane says no to this disgusting proposal.
If you really enjoyed the shower scene in this storyline, check out this decision.
We'll keep going on this route. For research.
You promise I'll get the job if I do this one thing, Mr. Thresher?
I give you my personal guarantee, my dear.
Well, I guess it'll be all right, won't it?
Of course it'll be all right.
It'll be
You'll
okay.
be very happy working under me.
Well, okay then.
That's better. That's the spirit. I knew you could do it. Hope you don't mind being videotaped.
Mark, how did you know?
Know what?
That I like this kinky stuff.
I did not. I know nothing about the game. But she's got handcuffs. Jordan, you cannot be on my lap. He's in shock. So I guess this is the original touch-up.
Now don't be shy, Mark. I know you really want it. I've seen a lot of men like you. Big boys with big cars in big offices with their big chests puffed up all the time. All of this show to make up for that teeny little peenie, right?
Jordan!
Deep down inside, you're just a confused little boy, aren't you, Mark? You really don't like being the boss, do you, Mark? You'd rather have somebody else be the boss, wouldn't you? You'd rather be my subordinate, wouldn't you, Mark? Now take your clothes off, you filthy little boy!
Ooh, uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Crack that whip.
Get down on your knees, you bad boy!
Oh, please, please!
You promise to be a good boy for Jane? You're gonna do every little thing Jane tells you to do?
Yes, 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 but please be gentle.
Now, what was my salary?
Whatever you want, I don't care. Be gentle, please. Just don't hurt me.
I'm laughing at this.
That's a good boy. We know who's the boss.
It's funny. It's on.
Oh, now you've done it. You've really done it.
Connecting.
How did you make Jane into such a perverted young thing? She was such an innocent girl before you started screwing around with this story. Is this what you want? I've guided a lot of people through this story, but I've never seen such a disgusting series of plot choices in my life. But now that I know who I'm dealing with, I'm gonna give you one last chance to redeem yourself and get this story back on track. After this little episode, your score may be the lowest in this game's history. I hope you enjoy Saturday night television.
She's in the living room. I've never played a game like this.
Uh-oh, I screw up. Could you give me another run? Uh-oh. Jane says no to this.
If you really enjoyed the shower scene in this,
We'll see what happens when we pick it again.
Uh-oh, I screw up. Jane says no.
if you really
Did you Pick your down on your knees. Jane tells you to do?
Yes, I played Leisure Suit Larry.
Uh-oh, Jane says Jane.
You promise I'll get the job if I do this one thing, Mr. Thrasher?
This little gesture will prove you're a team player, Jane. You have my word you'll get the job.
Are you a team
Well,
player?
I guess it'll be all right this one time, won't it?
Of course it will. You'll be very happy here working under me.
Well, okay then.
Why don't you get comfortable? Take a seat in that other chair. Now that's better. That's the spirit. I knew you could do it. Hope you don't mind being videotaped.
Yes, I'm best received.
Oh, Mr. Thrasher, Mark, I don't mind if you don't.
Ugh!
I think she kicked him.
Show this tape to your wife, you animal!
You think I'm an idiot? You think you can waltz in here with that perky little face and those bouncy little breasts of yours and you get whatever you want? I'm gonna teach you a lesson you'll never forget.
Ooh!
You little bitch, no one does that to me.
She's just walking around the office like that. When did the original game come out? Radio Interactive. Adult-oriented romantic comedy.
Run, Jane, run!
Original 1993.
A damsel in distress? Chased by a killer wielding a letter opener? Well, sport, do you think you can handle this choice without getting the lowest score in the history of this game? Who the hell are you?
I'm taking over this story.
Over my dead body? Take that! You're not taking over the story!
No, it's mine!
It's my
mine.
story!
Fine,
Damn it.
okay, I'm taking it over!
Give it to me!
No, it's mine!
Nice moves.
Phew! Finally got rid of that obnoxious character. And that horrible music. Name's Thelma. I'm what's known as a takeover artist, wanted in 30 states for hijacking fiction. Probably seen my face at the post office for terrorizing those Book of the Month Club romance novels. Now, if this is the first time you've had a story hijacked, well, buckle up, 'cause I'm in charge. Now, let's review the story up to this point. I'll just look at the choices you've made so far. Yes. I see. Well, what happened there? I don't see how you... How could you do that?
About normal.
I
would you make such choices? Were you raised in a barn? These are the most disgusting series of plot choices I have ever seen. But let me look at your score. You deserve every minus what you have gotten and even more. You will hear from me again at the next choice.
Run, Jane, run. Run, John, run.
In what game?
John's not going to resort to violence. It's not politically correct these days. Run, Jane, run.
Help me, help! Run, Jane, run!
She's throwing a banana peel. Not familiar with that. That's the Bonaventure Hotel. So they are in downtown. That is not downtown. She ran far. Do not know where that is. Greek Theater. So nowhere near downtown. It is weird. Griffith Observatory. I go there often. Good job.
Help me, help! Run, Jane, run!
Been there. Run, Jane, run. Sorry, my pager went off. That's at Griffith. I ride by that all the time. In the intro, they said this was the worst game ever made.
Jane, I'm here! Hold on!
Hello, Mr. Jordan. Welcome to Plumbers. Don't Wear Ties. Definitive Edition. Available now for $19.99. Pretty much just a slideshow that you get to make a few decisions. No achievement yet.
Kill him! Kill that son of a bitch! Ooh, wait till my daddy gets a hold of you.
Call the police!
Whoa, whoa, no police. Don't call the police.
You're going to jail for what you did to me.
What'd he do to you?
He wanted me to strip for him to get a job.
You're disgusting. Go, call the police.
Wait a minute. Whoa. I can make you an offer you won't refuse. There's no way you'll refuse it. It's been proven in many, many movies.
What? A real job? Like in Working Girl?
No, I'm offering you a lot more than that. Try $5 million.
$5 million? For what?
One night with you.
5 mil.
I cannot believe how disgusting this story is. In the name of women throughout the world, I demand this story be stopped right now. I'm sorry, but I cannot allow this sexist trash to continue. I am going to liberate... What are you doing here?
She's dead, Jim.
So much for that liberation front. I'm back in control now. No one takes over my story. Men have been beaten, kicked, slugged, and spat on throughout this sorry tale. I'm telling you, I've had it with these uppity women. They can take over businesses, they can take over the damn government for all I care, but the one thing they will not take over is my story. And this story ain't over till I say it's over. Now let me see how you screwed up this time. Uh-huh. Just as I thought. You know, I give you a simple little task like getting these two lovebirds together, and look what happens. I hate to imagine what your love life is like. Now let's see if you can save Jane from yourself.
Okay.
How could anyone refuse? Jane goes for it. Who wouldn't?
I'm going to be right back. I think we're going to go for it. $5 million? That's quite a bit of money. Let's see what happens.
$5 million for a night with her?
Hey, butt out. This is between me and Thrasher, Mark. Now let me get this straight. You want to pay me 5 million big ones for a one-night stand?
That's right, sweet cheeks. 5 million to experience your abundant charm.
Hey, bub. 5 million bucks just bought all my charms. Let's get to it.
What about us?
Go ride your bicycle. You're boring me.
God, I can't believe you're so easy. I should have known. First thing I saw were those slutty eyes of yours.
Hello, M317.
Right, Thresher? Right, Thresher?
You know, he's right. You are easy. I overestimated you. For 5 million bucks, I get the whole weekend.
A whole weekend?
You whore.
Hormone? What were you gonna do, buy me a soda, expect the same thing? I ain't that easy. You want a weekend, it's gonna cost you $7.5 million, buddy.
Well, with that kind of attitude, I just might reconsider this entire proposal.
Now wait just a minute, bub. Your original deal was $5 million for one night, right? So what's $7.5 for 2 nights? I'm giving you a $2.5 million discount.
That's way too rich. 5.5, and that's top dollar.
No way, I ain't no slut. 7.
6.
This is a very interesting game. Remastered from 1993. And this is back in the 90s. That's
6 and 7/8. How much is that anyway?
Too much for you. 5 3/4.
6 and 6/8.
you could retire today. All I need is $2 million cash, and I can retire. Put that in a 5% savings account.
Come on,
you're
you
good.
guys, this whole thing is ridiculous.
Shut up, Hormone. I'm thinking. 6.5 and not a penny more. I mean less. I'm serious. That's it, or I'm out of here. I'm tired of this.
6 1/4 or no deal.
Oh, all right. Now let's get started. What are you laughing about?
He can't even make payments on his Mercedes. There's no way he's gonna spend $5 million on a prostitute.
Prostitute? You watch your mouth. I ain't no prostitute.
Oh yeah? What do you call this deal?
It's business. Thresher's gonna make me rich. Make me feel like a virgin. Right, Thresher?
Take more than a weekend to do that.
Shut your mouth. Okay, so I'm easy. So what? Just don't tell my daddy about this one. Come on, Thresher, you got my number. You wore me down. I'll give you a break. You got me for the original price, $5 million for the whole weekend. Deal? What's wrong? You got the money, right? I asked you a question, bub. You got $5 million for me or don't you? What, you don't think I'm worth $5 million?
How about 100?
Why you?
I told you.
How about 1,000 for the weekend, huh?
Ooh.
Huh? How about it?
1,000? Gee, I don't know. You got 1,000 for me?
Yeah, I got 1,000. But it's gotta be for the whole weekend. I got this real nice, real luxurious bachelor pad in Pacoima. What do you say?
In Pacoima.
Got a deal?
Oh.
What about the job?
We'll talk about that over breakfast.
Jane, you can't. He's such a slime ball. How could you? How could you go to bed with him? Jane, I love you. I didn't mean what I said. I mean, but $5 million's nothing compared to our love.
Oh. Squish nads.
You're a loser.
Shall we, my dear?
But of course. Just one question. How did you know?
Know what, my lovely?
I could be bought.
I've seen a lot of young girls like you, confused about love and money. The answer was in your eyes.
My eyes? Really?
The eyes are everything, my dear.
Are they really slutty like he said?
Yes, my dear, your friend was right. You are a slut.
If it's in my eyes, then I can't help it. I was born this way.
Whatever.
I don't believe it. Daddy'll be proud. I'm gonna make it with a geek.
I'm gonna make it with a
You
geek.
belong to the lodge?
I think we failed.
Hey, congratulations. Now you've really screwed up the story. Think about it. Jane ends up with a hairball and enters the oldest profession in the book. Now John has to face his mother and Amy over dinner. John marries Amy, has 3 children to please his mother, and leads an unremarkable and miserable existence. You just ruined 2 lives in one scene. Way to go, sport. Now look, you can either end the story under these unfortunate circumstances, you have only yourself to blame for, by the way, or you can see what happens when Jane declines Thresher's ridiculous offer.
You're not really that way, are you? Of course not. Try again. You're not really that way.
How could anyone
You know.
How could
You know.
Who do you think you're talking to? Some bimbo? Who the hell do you think she is?
Hey, let the lady speak for herself.
Tell him hell's gonna freeze over before you'd accept such a ludicrous offer.
Luda.
Jane, I love you.
You just met
I
her.
loved you the moment we met. I waited for you. I idolized you. I've seen you in my dreams.
It is a lot of money.
But what about us? I couldn't stand it. Just knowing you were with him. Even if it is only one night.
So far,
Just
no.
one lousy night. What were you gonna do? Buy me pizza and expect the same thing?
No, of course not. Jane, it's not that way. I don't want you for a night. I want you for a lifetime. I've been searching for you.
Freudian slip?
I'm gonna keep that in the script. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna paste that together and use that.
Okay. All right, ready?
Oh, that's pregnant. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Come to top, page 65.
Jane, it's not that way. I don't want you for a night. I want you for a lifetime. I've been searching for you. I mean, okay, maybe you're not perfect. Maybe you do like money too much. Maybe you are a daddy's girl. Maybe you are spoiled rotten, but you can't be bought. That sort of thing only happens in movies.
Who do you think you're kidding? Happens every day in the streets. How about 1,000 for a couple of hours?
Sure thing, buddy. Your place or mine.
Whoa! You're disgusting.
Then you two should be perfect together. He's all yours. Come on, Tiger, let's leave these lovebirds alone.
Wait a minute. Can't leave me here with her. What about the police? Call the police.
Deal's a deal. You called it.
See, Thrasher, you can buy love. You just proved it.
Don't worry, honey. He'll get his money's worth.
Help me. You can't, wait a minute. You can't leave me here.
He got what he deserved. He got what he deserved. So, happily ever after. Give me an achievement.
I want to thank you for what you did. That was very brave. No one's ever done anything like that for me.
Oh, it was nothing.
Did you really mean what you said? You know, how you felt about me?
I've never felt like this about anyone.
This is so crazy. I feel so overwhelmed.
I love you so much. It's such a crazy world. If anything should happen, if something should keep us apart, oh, kiss me, Jane. Kiss me as if it were the last time.
Well, congratulations. It's finally getting steamy in the asphalt jungle. I don't believe you've made it this far, especially with a score like yours. Has John won over Jane with his heroics? Will he finally turn his life around and marry the woman of his dreams? Or Would you like to see something completely different?
Hey, give me the Hollywood ending. I'm a romantic person, you know.
If you didn't like the first choice, choose the second one.
Let's go for the
Hey,
Hollywood.
give me the...
I've never felt like this before. Never.
Me either, ever.
Now we're getting to the plumbing. That is different.
Maybe we should go somewhere and park. I mean talk.
Park.
Yeah, I'd like that.
What, talk or park?
Talk, for now.
I'm just testing.
What about your work? I thought today was real busy for you.
You just cleared up my schedule.
John, I want to know everything about you. Where you live, what kind of work you do. That's so god-awful important. I like a man who takes his work seriously. I want to meet your mother and...
Jane, hold on a sec. I don't want us to get started on the wrong foot here. There's something you have to know.
Yes? What is it, dear?
Well, you see, it's about my work. I'm really a plumber.
Oh, I just love your sense of humor. You're such a joker.
No, I'm serious. I'm really a plumber.
John, plumbers don't wear ties. Now, come on, stop fooling around. I know. Why don't we get something to eat? I'm hungry. You have plans for dinner?
No, I don't have plans for dinner anymore.
Then why don't we go to my place? I'll cook something for you.
You cook?
Well, if it doesn't work out, we can call for pizza.
That sounds great.
What? My cooking or my pizza?
Oh.
It doesn't matter. You've got me eating out of your hand already. Now, let's just pretend I was a plumber. Would it matter to you?
No, stop it. You're such a jokester.
I'm really a plumber. My nickname's Rooter. Okay, what if I was a janitor or a garbage collector? Would it matter?
John, I love who you are right now. What's wrong with being an account rep? What's the big deal? Why do you want to be someone you're not? Just be yourself, John.
I'm trying.
Just so long as you're not a lawyer.
Don't insult me, Jane. I'd rather be a plumber.
Trying to figure out where they are.
My mother?
I like she doesn't have a helmet, but he does.
I want to know who's behind this. Give me the credits.
Wow, you really want to go through this again?
That's it, folks. Bye. I want to know who...
We didn't even see him. Or them. I did not play it back in the 90s. Ow. Saugus Speedway? Hey, there's the vet. Oh no, Porsche. Whoops. Font and color. Oh, that's interesting. Those are my... I got an achievement. We're gonna plumb the depths. Why aren't achievements unlocking on here?
Perhaps this will be a lesson for you. Perhaps you'll take your next job seriously. Perhaps this will be a lesson for you. Perhaps you'll take your next job seriously.
We got 1 gamer score. That's just so funny. New video intro. Sleazeball 107. Oh my god, we're getting some achievements now.
Perhaps this will...
Well, that's a thing. Gamer score.
Perhaps this will be a lesson for you. Perhaps you'll take your next job seriously.
What have I done? Oh my god.
I think it's probably largely forgotten by people below a certain age that there was a time that seeing a video clip on a home electronic device, a digitized clip, was a novelty.
You're going to get to know a lot about me, maybe even more than you imagine.
The big promise of CD-ROM was that it had an amazing amount of memory capacity compared to a cartridge. And then the question was, what do you actually fill that memory with?
It felt like it was kind of limitless when we came to CD-ROM. It was so much storage for that time. You know, hard drives alone were usually just in like the tens of megabytes in the 80s. And here came like this little plate, and it was giving you 650 megabytes of data. And that was a lot at that time.
A good friend of our family was always really up on the latest technology, and he showed me a CD-ROM drive for the first time. No games at the time, but it was an old CD-ROM drive that you loaded with a caddy system. So you actually put the disc in this plastic tray, close the flap, slide that thing in, and it seemed like infinite data. So just the fact that you could cram it full of stuff, immediately in my head, I'm like, oh man, games.
I only saw that medium as music, and I just didn't understand how it worked, so it just didn't make any sense to me. It felt like when my friend showed it to me and put the CD in there, I just didn't believe him that it was games and it was going to work.
When I first encountered CD-ROMs, I was deeply skeptical on console. They were slow. They were slow to load. The FMV effects did not impress me after the first few minutes, especially since my first exposure to FMV was in the arcade with Laserdisc, where they'd actually been better done than some of the early examples there. I was very sensitive to loading times. Even though I used PCs quite a bit and was used to them in that space, I thought of consoles as an instantaneous place to play video games, and I separated those in my mind.
But certainly the game industry was ready for the jump that a cheaper medium would provide.
The memory inside cartridges is very restrictive. It's very expensive to kind of upgrade that. CDs opened this whole world of possibilities for really, really nice renders and even videos.
All the magazines had hyped up that you could have CD music and anime cutscenes.
I think it's kind of natural that that's the direction that it went, that all of a sudden when people realized that they could have hyper-realistic stuff, well, what's more hyper-realistic than pointing a video camera at someone? So, you know, you can get the best graphics on a CD that way.
So like video in the game space started with Laserdisc, right? And then it kind of went away for a while. And then now with the advent of CD-ROM, it was like, we can do this at home. And that's kind of what kicked things off.
Like most of the universe, my first exposure to Plumbers as anything but a legend I'd read about.
Run, Jane, run!
Oh, God.
We're gonna go back to Plumb the Depths. Let's see if I can get this RNG though. Oh, not where I wanted to go, but we'll take it. I don't even know how many achievements I've unlocked. Dark down here. I can only hold 3 plungers. Exploring the plums. It needs better lighting down here. Fame before Jane. Bring back Plumbers Don't Wear Ties.
Perhaps this
jeez.
will be a lesson for you. Perhaps you'll take your next job seriously.
To the cat. Plumbers don't wear ducks. Yeah, I don't have a, Oh, I don't have any achievements left. I don't have a, turbo controller. Unlocked for gallery by menu selecting cat's picture, repeating pressing A to select it. You'll get several different sounds. Eventually you'll bark. My attempts took roughly 5 to 10 minutes. It's random, maybe quicker. Hello, MTA. Welcome to Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. I like how one person typed ducks and everybody does. Right? Thank you for that raid. Welcome to Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. Alright, let's go back to Plumb the Depths. See if there's anything else to unlock in here. I hear them.
What, Lily? What? I already told you you could. Why
It's a weird game. It's a remaster from a 1993, I guess you could say, cult classic. But why? Where's he at? So I'm down to 3. Make the feline bark, unlock full motion video, unlock how did this happen? I'm down to 1 plunger. Ooh, now I just need to do the cat. Interesting. There's got to be some more unlocks that aren't tied to achievements, though. I don't like that I can hear him. He's gonna get me next time. I have 0 plungers. Nothing else. I saw that. They were talking about it in one of the Discords I was in. Or am in. It looks like I've plumbed all the depths. Not seeing any more unlocks. I don't know if I should spam it or let it. Come on, just unlock. Let's see what TA says. Says thank goodness for turbo controllers. Hello, Jess. Welcome to Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. A weird dating simulator. I think you should play it. I turned on my speakers so the cats can hear the cat meowing. I need to turn off my speakers though. I'm trying to make the cat bark. And it's random. Are you ready for GDC? Not at all. Spamming it. Why do you push the button so fast?
What an idiot!
Hello, Ima. Welcome to Plumbers. Don't wear ties. Alright, let's go back to some video gallery. Navigation in this menu is like all broken. Oh, the mouse works here. Kinda. Peanut butter oatmeal cookies.
Plumbers Don't Wear Ties does not have a lot of actual motion, the motion part of full motion video in it. It tends to be a lot of stills, but you're still accomplishing that same kind of like, the graphics are these real people. They are not pixels, it's real people acting out a scene.
A full motion video game is a game that endeavors to use motion picture footage to tell video game stories and integrate into gameplay directly as opposed to simple cinematics.
To me, at the basest core, I feel like a full motion video game is something that gives me control over something that feels like it could have been a movie or a television show.
The video game industry hasn't always been something that's huge or taken seriously, and I think especially in this kind of like early 90s period, it was a time when people were like, well, what is serious? What is real entertainment? And the answer was Hollywood. So what if we just made video games like Hollywood? Then it'll be serious. Then it'll be like the real deal.
How can we display more advanced graphics than could realistically be done in real time? That was the idea.
Dragon's Lair, Mach 3, games like that, I saw that they were beautiful, but I also instantly recognized there was something different about them. And I was also really in at a young age to movies and was aware of the existence of Laserdisc. So how these games worked was not really a mystery to my little kid mind. I was like, oh, they're playing video clips. Okay. And even the idea of video clips was kind of a strange thing back then, but my head could wrap around it. I watched Dragon's Lair on demo mode over and over, and I was like, I get it. It's the same thing every time. Okay, they're just switching around the order.
It's limited in the sense that, I mean, you can only do as much as you've filmed. So you don't get the full sense of exploration that you get out of a game that's completely interactive. You know, you're basically funneled down a director's path in almost the same way a movie would, but then you have these branching paths that will allow you to see other takes that the director has come up with. So it's not as experimental or freeform as regular games would be. It's more guided, and I feel like that's a limitation of it. But I also feel like that opens up the game in terms of its accessibility.
Everyone's really kind of on a level playing field. Whether you're deeply into games or whether you're just, you know, someone's uncle, like my uncle, who had some games like that, like Mad Dog McCree on the computer.
Especially in the PC space, developers and publishers were always looking at how can we expand this out? How can we get dad playing video games and mom playing video games? Or, you know, anybody really. And there was many different types of genres and types of games, and I think FMV is just one of those things because it was usually not that complex, and it was designed to be like, hey, you like watching movies? How about you play one?
They called it Sillywood, the Silicon Valley and Hollywood coming together. Like, what if you could just be in a movie? What if it was a movie that you could play?
That's what I love about this era because it was so experimental, right? Like nobody knew. Like this end goal of just getting people onto your screen, just seeing full color, even just 256 colors representing people on a computer. That was nuts. Heck, even just still frames, right? Just a still picture. It sounds silly, but honestly, for that period, that was not a trivial thing to do on these machines, right? So all of this stuff was kind of coming together, and it just, you know, it created the FMV genre.
When you had CD-based consoles, at least that early, this was like the only type of game that you couldn't get on a cartridge.
So FMV was really a chance for people to say, look, we have all this space. Let's really put it to use with something you can't do in any other format. And FMV
while it wasn't always great in terms of gameplay, it made use of the potential of that medium in a way that traditional games really couldn't.
FMV on consoles was the realization of that dream. The problem was it was a very clunky realization. It was a very limited realization. Some of that had to do with budgets.
You're kind of limited by the logistics and the realities of the actual cost of creating these things, especially if you're filming real actors and real sets.
The reality of it was that a lot of these games just weren't actually very fun. So if video games aren't fun and the production values aren't Hollywood level, then you just are kind of pushing buttons to a bad movie, which is not really what I think anyone had in mind.
Once you've gotten the entire story, then there's nothing else. And that's one of the good things about Night Trap is that you can play through it several times and always see like some new stuff.
Never played Night Trap.
Night Trap is so honest about what it is that it's one of the best.
They took the concept of using security cameras and they plugged it into the game itself, where you would actually be watching something that happens that you don't have direct control over. You just had control over the feeds.
Developers, as often happens, saw an example of success in, say, Seventh Guest, in Night Trap, and these kinds of games that do use FMV in an interesting way, but kind of only got the video part of it, and therefore we'd quickly go into a realm of kind of very loose, like quick time-based video gaming. And so the games themselves became more limited in its genre than it actually needed to be.
It's good to go back and reevaluate and kind of understand what those games were about and what they could be, what people tried to make of them.
Even though
Wikipedia doesn't
so
say.
many more genres of games now with so much more technology to do this in a full 3D space, I think there's still the sense of that realism and the fact that our eyes connect with these characters in a different way, the fact that we know they're real. I think this can be used effectively still to this day.
I don't think we watched this one.
Like most of the universe, my first exposure to Plumbers as anything but a legend I read about in places was James Rolfe on The Angry Video Game Nerd, dissecting it, and then just being like, well?
Saw that episode, didn't believe that there was any way that this game was actually real, then had to track down a copy of it and play it, and yeah, it's worse than that video would lead you to believe.
This isn't a game that was particularly well advertised, well regarded. It only became this weird cult classic really through, the sort of YouTube zeitgeist. Like, it took on a life of its own by being such a bad game featured in this very popular YouTube channel.
I subscribe to something called Electronic Entertainment, E2 by the way, not E3. And then this magazine and many other PC gaming magazines of the era, you'd flip through, you find all your normal games, no problem. Then you get to the back. You get to the back and you're going to start to find a whole selection of adult CD-ROMs. You'll see titles, you'll see advertisements. I actually got in trouble at school once for that, for having one of those magazines. They thought I brought in a smut magazine, but it was actually just for PC gaming. So in one of those issues, I saw something on this game once, and I just thought it was another one of those silly, sexual FMV games, right?
I do certainly remember that someone did a preview. It was not a review, but it was a preview. And I remember looking at the pictures, and I was really excited because I was like, well, I recognize that lady. She's a wrestler. And that kind of gave me a little bit of a wrong idea.
It's funny thinking about seeing it in a magazine because you probably saw like this still screenshot of the game, and in your mind you're thinking, oh, this is all like moving video. but like what you're seeing in that screenshot is literally what you get in the game.
Plumbers was kind of ingrained into my mind around the early thousands as like this terrible game, the worst game of all time, as people would say, and it created this curiosity in me to play it and experience it. And I had that chance when I walked into kind of a glorified pawn shop in this area. It was a recycle shop, basically, and they had a 3DO with a bunch of games. I had no idea what the games were, but the lot for this thing was only $100. So I bought it with company money at the time, because I didn't have my own money. I just started Mighty Rabbit, my development company. And managed to convince my co-founder to spend $100 on this 3DO because I was like, it's such a good deal, we got to get it. Anyways, we were flipping through the games and Plumbers Don't Wear Ties was one of them. And I kind of instantly got excited, not only because it's a very expensive game, it was worth a lot of money even at the time, but because it was this game I'd heard so much about that was almost mythical at this point. And
Check
it
eBay.
became this kind of running tradition in the office. When we'd hire a new employee, we would make them play Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. And I feel like that's almost abusive in a sense that we would make employees do that. But to us, you know, when we were like a group of like 5 or whatever people, we thought it was funny. You know, I don't do that now. I certainly don't make my new employees do that, but at the time.
You make them produce it now.
Yeah, now I'm making my employees make Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. So, you know, that's a full circle.
$5.99 on eBay.
The internet was in its infancy. People weren't just browsing this kind of light adult style content. So putting it on CD-ROM was probably seemed like good business at the time, but without a lot of money behind it.
Yeah, it's like over $100 on eBay.
I feel like that's the question, is how did this happen? Because at the time that it happened, it represents a giant step back in technology on a system touted as being more capable than what came before it, right? This game came out on 3DO.
To fully understand how something like this happens on a console, you need to look at the console industry as a whole. Up until the mid-'80s or so, consoles are pretty open-ended. After that point going forward, console manufacturers actually implemented systems to essentially require developers to adhere to their standards in order to publish the games. The 3DO, though, was a very different beast. So this was the brainchild of Trip Hawkins, who was the founder of Electronic Arts. Rather than just building a box called the 3DO box, they actually built a standard. And companies like Panasonic, Sanyo, and the like, they would then build boxes to the specification. But along with that, they essentially left it wide open. You didn't have to have the 3DO seal of quality. That was not a requirement on that. If you had the manufacturing capabilities, you could publish on 3DO. And that meant the wide variety of quality in terms of what appeared on the system was, it was interesting.
You get opportunists coming in and saying, okay, well, what do we need to make a video game? Well, there's no requirements that you have to really meet other than the fact that it has to run on the console. You have to be able to plug in a controller and make a choice, at least to start the game. And I guess that's it. So you look at Plumbers, and yeah, it is the bare basics of a video game, but a video game nonetheless.
Plumbers' format is very strange. The fact that you're getting these stills with what I've heard described before as sort of a radio drama.
Oh, kiss me, Jane. Kiss me as if it were the last time.
Did they only do it this way because they didn't understand how to get it to work with video? So they just said, you know, let's just use photographs. It makes you wonder if they have some sort of video master of this stuff and they're just like pulling selects out of each one.
I feel like they had no ability to capture full motion footage, digitize it, and, you know, figure out the technological component in actually making that full motion video run on the platform. It's a lot easier to just display an image or whatever.
The video codecs of that era were extremely rudimentary, huge in terms of file size. You couldn't get a lot of video in there. So it's entirely possible that they just at some point deemed that, okay, we can't do this on one disc. And by going with still shots, it basically allows them to tell something that's a little bit longer and has different branches. If you try to do it all with video, I'm not sure it would have actually been feasible on that single disc.
I would think that moving from still frame to still frame could be a beautiful way to make a video game. I mean, that's what Myst is. Myst is just a series of still images stapled together, and they're stapled together in a compelling way that made it one of the most successful video games of all time. So Plumbers doesn't commit a crime just by using that format. It could have been a very effective kind of storytelling game.
They kind of just went with the easiest route possible to produce this game on as little money as they possibly could. And I feel like that lends a lot to its charm because it's just so obviously low budget
even though it's a low budget game, you still need to be able to develop for this platform. And that was still a taller bar to cross compared to building a game for the PC at that era. So the developers of Plumbers Don't Wear Ties obviously had to climb enough of a ladder to get over that hump to actually be able to program 3DO software to get this released on the system, even if technologically it's rather anemic.
So the format just comes off as cheap. It's just another way to signal to you, oh, we didn't want to spend money on this, but you bought it. Ha ha.
Wow. This is good. Very entertaining game. Come on, get back to the cat. Bark. How did this happen? AI upscaling. Interesting.
So when it came to actually AI upscaling this game, that was a gigantic task that I don't think I was fully prepared for, but when I came into the company, I was the only one that had true kind of involvement in the AI scene. I'd worked in Japan, and in Japan I'd worked very closely with the advent of AI upscaling in anime and then visual novels as well. I had dabbled a little bit into doing real photographs, and generally that is not great. Even today, as we're recording this, it hadn't really gotten to where I needed it to be. And that was a big problem because we had about 800 images that then needed to go from 640 by 480 index colored BMP images into fully upscaled, clear photographs. So when I sat down to plan this out, the company, Limited Run Games, had already tried their hand at using kind of conventional AI upscaling applications. There are some out there, they're very good. And the results that came from that was kind of twofold. So you could absolutely see there is something here. Trees, shrubbery, this kind of stuff was being reproduced, but characters, objects, things that very much catches your eye was plasticky and kind of, it looked like everyone was just wrapped in some sort of protective rubber. This is making everyone look much more icky, and we can't go over this. There was another AI model that had been put into use, and it made everyone come out like kind of fried chicken texture. And I was like, I don't think this is going the right direction. So what I decided to do was, I have the connections to get in touch with the actress. One thing I talked to Jeannie was, hey, I want to try something out here. I want to do an AI upscale. What I'm going to do is I'm going to teach or feed my own AI model and basically have it recognize you. But I need a lot of references. Can I use images of you? And can you supply them to me? And she was very happy. She was kind of like, this is really cool. And so we started to get to work. And it took me about 3 weeks to really create a model that I was satisfied with. The problem I had now introduced was that I had a model that was very good at recognizing Jeannie, but it made also Edward look like Jeannie. So I had to go contact him and say, basically, hey, I need a lot of images of you. And luckily, Edward also had a modeling career, so that was no problem. And feed the AI again, reconstruct the images. Now everyone looked like Edward much more. So what happened in the end was, basically I had 3 different AI models. One for Edward, one for Jeannie, one for backgrounds. The other actors were fairly prominent in their scenes so that the AI could do an approximation, and I could hand edit all the inconsistencies. But for the general images, what I did was I ran a batch process once for every person and then once for the backgrounds. I would take those results and actually composite them together from their individual sources into one image and kind of edit around each layer and find, okay, this one did a better job reproducing this, this, and this. Together would form the full scene. That wasn't enough though. What was kind of becoming clear to me halfway in, I would say like 8 to 9 months kind of into all this, even though those original images are very low quality, they still retain kind of like a color temperature and overall quality of a 90s photograph, like a Kodak moment. Because this game is just a sequence of Kodak moments. So what I did was basically scan my own family albums, a lot of pictures from different times. You scan them at a high DPI. You go in real close. What happens? Well, you start to see what is kind of the grain, how colors are blending together. And I went in and I made a custom filter that reproduced that look, that feel, to then batch process on top of the images I now reconstructed. Problem now was a lot of those old images that I had basically reconstructed 6 and 7 months prior had color balances that was out of sync with what I now needed for this new filter, which was then going to like reproduce that look. All in all, it took about, I'd say about a year from the first image to the very last one to get this all in. But as you can see in the game, I think what we managed to do was even better than actually scanning the individual images that was taken back then. And the reason why we couldn't even do that was that the production, the original production, was done on 4 different cameras. Through someone on production, Giovanni, we realized the game had been shot across some sort of bigger like studio photo camera and also a running video camera, a VCR camera. There's film, Polaroid, and then there's actual photographs. And none of this really has survived. So even if we did have full access to the sources, we would have to comb through the actual video and find the stills. It's interesting in the sense that I think the game was meant to be video, but of course for us doing this reconstruction, it meant we could only use what was in the game, and what was in the game did not lend itself well to AI. I'm pretty proud of it now though, because I think this is basically one of the first times that we used AI for actual real life photographs. So I think it's pretty neat, and I hope everyone playing it also enjoys it.
Interesting. That cat is evil. Pounding A. Deleted scenes.
Run, Jane, run!
Oh, I think we watched this one.
Oh, God.
It is the first American-produced visual novel.
He came up to me and asked if I'd be interested in doing a video game, and I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. We were just like Ed Wood, on the run, let's go do it, quick.
It only became this weird cult
Yeah, I looked.
through the sort of YouTube zeitgeist.
I didn't think it was going to make a very good episode, but I tried anyway.
Technologically, it's rather anemic.
I mean, look at it. Either people love it,
I'm giving it too much credit,
or they hate it,
It is a grease fire.
or they think it's funny.
This game sort of has a legacy that's very special and one of a kind.
I think you'll love it.
It was an interesting game. I did enjoy it. I just want that last achievement. I don't know if going back and forth to do other things is hindering it. Just need a turbo controller. Probably. Don't know if pressing it faster is better, slower. This is the cat call achievement. That is rude. Trying to make a cat bark. That sucks. I'm still wondering if I should buy the Legion. Or the Lenovo. I'm going to Zion. I might need something portable. If I get this achievement in the next 7 minutes, I'll open a giveaway. Yes, I'm going to Zion in May. Zion is a national park in Utah. I wonder what the numbers are, like 1 in 1,000 chance. I couldn't line it up with the GIF. It clucked! Oh no, I moved. Bark. I heard it. Alright, we'll watch another video then. Oh,
Hello, everyone.
80 minutes, that's long.
Hi, my name is Jane. We might have met before, but you're about to rediscover a lot more about me. Maybe even more than you bargained for. This whole thing is like a brand new Corvette, still riding along the information superhighway. You put your strong, muscular hands around that controller and make me excited like it's haptic feedback. And I promise to do everything your little heart desires, but only if you check out all the new features.
I like it
and
gets
special
pixelated.
contents. Just imagine you can watch me kick my sleazeball boss's ass, all in the new Plumber Vision. But if you make the wrong move, you could turn me into a nun yet again. Imagine that. Me? A nun? No way. Really, it's all up to you. Who knows what you'll do with that little hot pad of yours? It's got way more buttons than the last time we met. I like a man who knows how to push the right buttons. Point is, life's a game, and this game is all about life. You do right by me, and I guarantee to do right by... Oh, whoa! What the hell are you doing? We're not gonna do this again. You are a sleazebag, and this is not the 90s. Do you think I'm stupid that I don't know what you're... Welcome back to Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. Now let me remaster your face.
Shih Tzu on you, I will send that your way. But this has been Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, available now on the Xbox Store for the price of $19.99. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. Stay safe and happy gaming.
Run, Jane, run!
Oh, God.
It is the first American-produced visual novel.
He came up to me and asked if I'd be interested in doing a video game, and I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it. We were just like Ed Wood, on the run, let's go do it, quick.
It only became this weird cult classic through the sort of YouTube zeitgeist.
I didn't think it was going to make a very good episode, but I tried anyway.
Technologically, it's rather anemic.
I mean, look at it. Either people love it,
I'm giving it too much credit,
or they hate it,
It is a grease fire.
or they think it's funny.
This game sort of has a legacy that's very special and one of a kind.
I think you'll love it.